This news update is brought to you by...
Say hello to Carol. Carol talks for a living, from morning till night. So she relies on Flo's crystal clear home phone service brought to her through Flo's 100% fiber to the home network. It keeps her in the know, and because she bundles her mobile broadband and TV services, she enjoys huge savings, so she can enjoy much more for much less. So visit any Flo retail outlet, call 1-800-804-2994, or visit discoverflow.co to find out more. One-of-a-kind connection. This is how we flow.
It's Thursday, March 17, and time for the Barbados Today afternoon update. With the details, Fernella Wedderburn. It's day 2 of protest action by workers at the Barbados Water Authority. Armed with placards, workers were this morning outside in the Pine headquarters, warning management to get it right or they will fight. The disgruntled group down tools since yesterday after the company failed to respond to an ultimatum set by the Barbados Workers Union to address outstanding payments dating back some 10 years ago. The workers are also calling on authorities to respect industrial relations after Minister Dr. David Estwick cautioned the union to tread cautiously on its demands. He said the payments, which amount to some $36 million, would bankrupt the BWA, which is already in the red. Meantime, as certain parts of the island continue to grapple with water shortages and outages, the Water Resource Minister is assuring that short and medium to long-term strategies are being put in place to deal with the problem. And one such strategy, he says, is the importation of packaged desalination plants.
I met with the Israelis yesterday. I met with other providers last week. And I can tell you that package plants will be in the Bridgetown port within a matter of 3 to 4 weeks. But the package plants, Mr. Speaker, can only give me about 500,000 gallons per day. But I am down 2.5 to 2.6 million gallons per day. So therefore, what happens when you take the water there from the package plant and you run it in the system, it disappears in the system as though you never really put in anything. Because the conditions are so significantly worse than they would have been in 2002, 2004.
In other news, police are investigating allegations of bondage involving 2 young people. According to reports, 2 young men were rescued after one managed to escape his shackles and seek help from neighbors yesterday. Police were called in, and the brothers, who are said to be 19 and 23, were taken away from their Station Hill home in St. Michael. Their father, who is said to be in his 40s, was also detained. 53-year-old Alvin Davis is suffering from a deep laceration to his left leg after he was trapped at the bottom of a 15-foot well this morning. According to police, Davis of Simmons Land, Rendezvous, Christchurch, spent some 40 minutes in the space located at a sewage plant in Graham Hall. He was reportedly servicing the equipment in the well when his left foot got caught in one of the pumps. He was rescued by firemen and taken to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital for treatment. Prime Minister Frondell Stewart defends his government's decision to fingerprint travelers entering or leaving the island. The new measure, which goes into effect in roughly 2 weeks, has not gone down well with some sections of society, especially members of the opposition, who are questioning why Barbadians had to be included in the process. Prime Minister Stewart says the move is not only a security measure, but also aims to protect the reputation of the island's passport.
The Barbados passport ranks at #1 in the English-speaking Caribbean. Barbados has the highest ranking passport according to international indices in the English-speaking Caribbean. If you bring Latin America in, the only 3 countries in Latin America whose passports rank higher than the passport of Barbados are Chile, Brazil, and Argentina. Globally, out of all the countries out there, nearly 200 of them, the Barbados passport, in terms of its credibility, ranks at number 21. That is what we are trying to protect.
He says the system will also seek to address challenges being faced by the Immigration Department, where people re-enter Barbados under a different identity after being deported.
In recent times, we've been having problems with birth certificates, we've been having problems with ID cards, and we've been having problems with changes of name, and we've been having problems with passports. I had my heads of departments meeting just 2 Wednesdays ago, PSs and heads of departments, and it was an education to sit and listen to the Chief Electoral Officer highlight some of the challenges we have with ID cards and their fraudulent use in Barbados. It was also an education to hear the Chief Immigration Officers talk about the problems that department has because people can change their name so easily around here, can use that change of name to get a birth certificate to correspond to it, using other people's biodata, and then can go to the Immigration Department and, of course, can get an ID card with it as well, and then can go to the Immigration Department and get a passport.
Prime Minister Frondell Stewart speaking in Parliament yesterday during the estimates debate. That debate resumes at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter. That's the move for me. Stability, prosperity. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Get your paper, get your paper. Only $2.25, $2.20. Who? For what? That's the Bear Stare News. I don't read about that on Barbados today since last night. That can't only can't do. $2.20. Who?
Barbados Today. News you can trust.
Regionally, residents in Palata via Tobago are calling on officials to urgently address a gutter which is infested with mosquitoes. The island is currently seeker-free, and residents say they are hoping that it stays that way. More in this report from TV6 News.
All seems well from the skies above. Boats perched next to the jetty, waves crashing against the shoreline. But what is unseen is a drain that desperately needs to be cleaned.
Lots of mosquitoes. In the evening they come out and they really bite, they really run us from here. And in light of the Zika virus that is around, I mean, I am appealing to the relevant authorities. I went to Scarborough to the health people, and they sent me to the health facilities. I made a report. They took my name, number, and the report. And it's over a month now that I haven't seen anybody coming to do anything.
This empty lot is also raising health concerns, as it's being used as a dumping ground. Residents fear it too will become a breeding ground for mosquitoes.
And on the international scene, Brazilians are protesting in several cities after President Dilma Rousseff named her predecessor, Luiz de Silva, as chief of staff. Riot police fired pepper spray at protesters outside the presidential palace in the capital. Lula is currently being investigated in a major corruption scandal.
The presidential palace, the meeting point tonight for angry Brazilians. Protesters took to the streets here in the capital, Brasilia, and in several cities across the country against the appointment of former President Lula He's to be the number 2 in President Dilma Rousseff's government, just as he's being investigated for corruption. Lula was detained for questioning less than 2 weeks ago, and critics say his appointment is a move to shield him from charges. His new role grants special privileges, and he can only be prosecuted by the Supreme Court. He denies the corruption allegations and says they are politically motivated.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. Also, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you, as well as Channel 99 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good afternoon.